obviously, the most affordable way for somebody to to finance a facility is to do it with tax-exempt bonds. And many times that leaves a private developer out of the equation. But now, right now, with public-private partnerships and some of the recovery zone bond financing that's out there, it has us coming into the picture. Three rows, tax-exempt recovery zone, private facility bonds, tax-exempt bonds, which is how most institutions do all their financing, then Building America bonds. We've probably all heard about BABs. The yellow is indicating the important areas in each column. The number one point with tax-exempt recovery zone bonds is we would be the owner. We're not eating into the state's bonding capacity. We would fund the pre-development expense. There would be about a 4% development fee and a return on the equity, the pre-development equity that we put into that we give into initially, with about a 10% preferred return on that. What's very important, if you have an institute and you're trying to spin out technologies that you want companies growing next to your institute, well, then you obviously want private companies in that building. The tax-exempt bonds, Building America bonds, you can put 5% private companies in that facility. The recovery zone bonds, we can put all private companies in there, so it can be a great incubator financing vehicle. Tax exempt, I'm not going to talk about that because you guys most likely know all about that. Building America bonds, this is the most affordable. This is the cheapest cost of the bond. It's basically 4.1%. Tax exempt, 5.2% on this specific deal. And then the tax recovery zone bonds is 5.2%. So there's a 1% delta. Obviously, most CFOs see that, they want to go Building America bonds. Building America bonds, from what I understand, is a little bit of a nightmare, legally speaking, and some state universities cannot apply for them because of certain restrictions. What I'd like to talk about here is it can be A1 rated. Obviously, there's challenges where the rating, say in states like California, may have slipped or whatever. If it's in the B range, it can still get done. It's just going to be a little bit more expensive like you so often see. Again, as we just previously discussed, 5.2% for recovery zone bonds and tax exempt, and then 4.1% for Building America bonds. This is probably the most important point to take home on the recovery zone bonds, is the fact that we, as a private developer, can secure new market tax credits. We can secure EB-5 funds, all kinds of subsidy funds. So obviously lower your cost to your project. While it may be a point higher than Building America bonds, we have a cheaper project. The end result is a lower return requirement, lower rental payment to get that thing going. And if you work with a boutique developer in your area or somebody like a Phase 3 Properties, we can structure the deal very flexible because we're a private boutique sort of developer, not a big old, like a big REIT, and you guys can have control. You can take us out of the deal whenever your endowment gets to the place you want to be in. So basically the university, if you're a university or an institution, you use us as your vehicle to get a building off the ground and to get it financed. So I'll make this snapshot available to anybody if you email me. My email address is on there.